Oh, yeah, you know what? Let's do 3 right now. Let's see if I can do them. Yeah, let me know when you got your 3 words ready.
Okay. Dental floss.
Oh, you ready? Okay. I like my women like I like my dental floss waxed. Helping me out with my oral needs. By the way, that's really good, dude. I'm going to write that one down. Hold on.
Everybody listen to Darren Carter. Yeah. We all know he's the party starter. So if you want to listen to a podcast for free, listen to a pocket party. Pocket party. Darren.
And we're back. Hey, it's your host, Darren Carter, the party starter. I'm Darren. You could call me Darren. I want to thank everybody for spreading the word about the Pocket Party podcast. By the way, I'm available on CAMEO. If you would like a personalized video shout out for yourself or someone you love, I'm doing them. And I believe that there's like a Black Friday special going on. It's on CAMEO. Go to CAMEO, look for Darren Carter. And by the way, I put all the links down below, like on my YouTube channel, et cetera, et cetera. So you can find it. Just cameo.com and then look for me, Darren Carter. If you're not that type of person that wants to do that and you just want to directly donate, I can do that too. I'm on Venmo at Darren Carter Comic and the Cash App $, Darren Carter Comic. And thank you guys so much for leaving reviews, for commenting on the YouTube channel. All that stuff helps. And I am calling Mr. Mike Black right now.
Hello.
Hello. There he is. How are you, sir?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
I'm good. Did you ever go by the name Michael?
No.
Michael Black. That sounds really like a radio legend.
It's my full name is Michael Anthony Black, but no, I never.
Oh wow, I think that's a pretty common combination, right? Michael Anthony. I believe one of the Van Halen members is named Michael Anthony.
Yeah.
Maybe there was is it because there was a guy in the Bible named Michael Anthony?
Was there?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Well, then why did you say it?
I thought maybe you'd be like, oh yeah, man, like Genesis. It's like...
No, there might have been a band member in Genesis named Michael Anthony. Maybe Michael Anthony was in Genesis before he was in Van Halen.
Yeah. I highly doubt there's a Darren Dale out there that's in the Bible.
Right.
Yeah. Or a Tahoe Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Tahoe Joe was part of Genesis before Phil Collins got involved.
He was the country wing of Genesis, you know.
Yeah.
Whenever they do the South. Hey, this week I got to do something really cool, man. I played a charity event at a multi-millionaire's house in Beverly Glen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, which is like, I guess it's like Beverly Hills, but maybe it's even older than Beverly Glen. It overlooks the Hillcrest Golf Course Country Club. And I'd heard about the Hillcrest Country Club by listening to some interviews with old school Jewish comedians. Apparently it was like a Jewish country club back in the day. I don't know if all are invited now or how it works, but
yeah,
they would say like George Burns would be in the clubhouse and Milton Berle and these guys, and they'd be joking around. And so I was like, wow, I wonder if that place still exists. And then I looked it up one night and I'm like, oh wow, there it is.
It has like a really beautiful view, right?
Oh, it's amazing. It's sort of near the 10 and the 405, kind of tucked away, and it's very quiet and peaceful.
Yeah, I went out there once it was like a private event where they were like, we're having a few stand-ups out, and it'll be a lot of fun, but there's free food.
Yeah.
And I get out there and I'm like, this is great. It's going to be free food. And, and they were paying us too and everything. I was starving by the time I got out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And every single food station is some type of seafood, and I don't eat seafood.
Oh my gosh. I totally forgot about that. That's
I was like, oh no. And they're like crab legs at one place, lobster at one place. My mom would have been in heaven. That's her favorite thing. Yeah. But I was like, I couldn't eat any of that stuff. But there was a dessert area, and there's all the staff of the club and everything, and they're all they very much fit the scene
Yeah.
of what's going on. But the dessert was the girl working the dessert counter was very goth.
Oh.
And very like hot topic-y, like didn't want to be bothered, didn't want to be there, any of that stuff. And I was like, well, this is my only option, so I have to go bother her. And I was like, look, I can't eat seafood. What are you making? And she's like, I have ice cream sandwiches.
Ooh.
And I was like, well, what do you think is the best one? And she goes, nobody likes the one that I think is the best one. And I was like, well, what is it though? And she's like, we have salted caramel ice cream, and I like to do it with 2 peanut butter cookies. And I was like, let's do it.
That sounds amazing.
And it was amazing. It was so good. It made it worthwhile.
I know. All those salted caramel I love, peanut butter cookies I love. Man, that sounds great.
Yeah, put those together and you're in for a really good time.
Oh, yeah. I don't think you would have liked the options at this place either. You know, here's the thing. That morning, my wife made bacon, and we hadn't had bacon in a while. Mm-hmm. And just, I don't know if do you eat bacon?
Oh, yeah.
I love bacon, man. It just smells so good. And then you have a bite, and it's like delicious. And then you're just like, okay, I could see why people could make that a habit, because it's so good that you have to, as an adult, you got to be like, well, maybe I shouldn't be eating this all the time. Like, although I knew of one guy who has a diet where it's like, I eat bacon every morning, whatever. So I don't know. But I feel like you probably shouldn't make a habit of overindulging in bacon at every meal. Anyway, so I ate bacon. It was so good. And here's how good the bacon was. I didn't even have to reheat it. Like, it was, it kind of cooled off, and I was like, it's so good, I don't care. Like, it was.
Oh, yeah.
It was
so. Yeah, that's the best when that happens.
Yeah, so I had bacon, and then I cut up an apple, and I had an apple. I'm like, okay, so now I'm getting a healthy apple and some bacon, just so I have something, because I don't want to show up to this thing at, 2:30 starving, like, in the afternoon, like, having not eaten anything. So
right.
I get there. I pick up my buddy John DeResta. He's a former NYPD cop. He worked in the subway. He does the podcast, and this was it's a charity event with the foundation, and it's like police heavy. Like, it's a thing to stop, like, to help protect the kids in like number one, it's like to help stop online predators. Also they have like these shields, like these bulletproof shields they want to put them in every school. They have special doors that they've made like a little thing you configure, like if there's an emergency, this thing flops down and it makes the door harder to open, so the shooter can't just go from. Yeah, it was really cool. And so I knew it was like for a good cause, and I've known the guy that put it on. I've known him for a long time, and so I was like very excited. And he's like, "Yeah," I kept saying Beverly Hills. He goes, "No, Beverly Glen." And you go over, excuse me. You drive over Coldwater, through Beverly Hills, and you continue. And I was afraid that you're gonna like leave Beverly Hills and it was gonna get like a dirtier neighborhood, but no, dude, it actually got better. I was like, wow, this is like a blast from the past. Like wide streets, beautiful houses, pretty lawns, like amazing view. We get there, we park, we're looking for the address. It's at the very end of this cul-de-sac, and I'm telling you, man, this house looked like, imagine like the Brady Bunch house, but like 10 times bigger. Like that's what the vibe was like. It was like, wow. You walk down some stairs, you walk in, there was a desk, and they had like 2 people greeting us. And I come to find out, one of the celebrities that was there, and I've known him the longest, Eric Estrada. He played Ponch on Chips. Yeah,
the great, legendary Eric Estrada.
The nicest guy, I'm telling you. And it turns out his sister was one of the greeters for the foundation. So I'm talking to his sister, and then they show us where everything's at. We walk through. There's a giant boardroom to the left, like boardroom table. Like that's just their kitchen table. Like it probably seats 25 people.
Yeah.
They had a giant wall of glass, and the thing would kind of rotate open, and so the entire wall is open now, and that's where you go outside to this multi-millionaire's like backyard area, and then there's like this beautiful swimming pool, look like something you'd see in Vegas, and then you're overlooking that golf course, and apparently this guy he's like a major like trauma surgeon, and also he has like a company that builds houses. Like they built houses for all these different celebrities, and that's just one of his houses. I mean, it was amazing to go to. I got to be honest, maybe if I lived there it'd be different, but there is something about when you leave a giant place like that and you go back to your own home, you feel kind of like, oh, now this is home, because that other place feels kind of like a hotel or something, or like a, something that, I don't know, but maybe it'd be different. Like I said, if you lived there, you'd be like, oh yeah, I could get used to this. I'm
sure you would adapt if you lived in a mansion.
You think so? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I know. Maybe that's just the way I'm dealing with it. You know what? I prefer like leaf blowers outside my window and neighbors banging like on the wall.
The kid in Willy Wonka. Steve Simone quotes him all the time when he does it.
What's he say?
When he loses the contest, he realizes there's no golden ticket in his candy bar, and he goes,
"Yeah,
the chocolate probably tastes bad anyway."
Yeah. Everybody, let me tell you another thing, man. Everybody there was so nice and so down to earth and so cool, and you're like, man, there's the only thing I guess different is maybe like they make a lot of money, But everybody that I interacted with, I'm telling you, everybody I interacted with was so freaking cool. Like,
Darren, if I made a lot of money, I'd be really nice to everybody too.
Yeah. The other celebrity that was there,
I have insurance. Yay!
The other celebrity that was there that I know who he is. I know he's a celebrity, and I got to tell you, he was the nicest guy. But I've never seen any of his work. But maybe you have, and that he is Dean Cain, Superman. Dean Cain.
On Lois and Clark: The New Adventures of Superman. Yeah.
Did you ever watch that?
A couple of times. I wasn't a huge fan of it, but it
didn't grab you.
No, not really. Terry Hatcher did, but mostly for other movies that she was in.
Oh, I remember like at the time he was like, whatever, like sexiest male or this or that. And like, I remember like people would like, as a joke, they'd put like posters and stuff up around Hollywood and places like, we're looking for Dean Cain, or whatever. I just remember he was like the John Travolta of his time or whatever, but he was so nice and just friendly, and he didn't even know I was going to do comedy. He just thought we were just talking, and then and then later on I did comedy. He's like, man, you were so funny. I didn't even know you were going to do stand-up. That was amazing. It was so cool.
Oh, that's nice. It's nice that he was nice.
So like I said, everybody was so cool. They but let's get to the food.
Met can I not to cut you off?
Yeah.
I met now I can't even remember his name. Brandon Routh, who played Superman a couple years back in Superman Returns. Yeah. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we shared an elevator together, and I didn't want to bother him, or sometimes you just want to leave people alone,
Yeah.
But it was clearly him, and I knew it, and I was like, okay. And so we get in the elevator, and he goes, what floor? And I was like, 2, please. And he hits 2, and then the elevator door's about to close, and this old lady comes up, and he opens the door, like holds his hand out to keep the door open.
Yeah.
Makes sure she gets in, asks her what floor, presses the button for her, and says something like, is there anything else I can do for you? And she goes, oh, no, I'm fine. And so to her, I go, he really is mild-mannered. and she laughed, and then he laughed. So it was a fun...
That's awesome. I don't know if I'd recognize him. I don't know. Like, I don't recognize a lot of people, but I know you're into like superheroes and that kind of stuff. So I was like, I'm pretty sure Mike knows who. To me, the Superman that I love, it's the one I grew up with, and that was Clark. I was gonna say Clark Kent, but that was Christopher Reeve.
Yeah, I think he's still kind of the gold standard for that character.
Yeah.
So much so that I think it changed the way he was even done in the comic books. Like they were like, oh, we should make him a little bit more like that in the modern era.
Yeah. Who's your main Batman? Do you have a main Batman?
My favorite one so far is Michael Keaton.
Wow. And how about the TV version from the 60s?
I liked it, but I didn't love it. It was so far different from the comic books that I'd grown up on. It's a much brighter, happier take on the character.
Yeah,
I really liked the not more realistic, but grittier sort of version of the character. There's a great comic book that got me into Batman when I was about 12. It came out called The Dark Knight Returns by Frank Miller. And it was about Batman coming out of retirement at age 50. And it's an extraordinary story. It ends with basically the government deciding that Batman is too much of a loose cannon.
Wow.
So they go, we have to shut him down. And they're like, well, it's Batman. We don't have anyone that can fight him. And they go, oh, yes, we do. And you see Superman come into the room.
Whoa.
And so it's his final, like the finale of his entire career is a fight with Superman to the death.
Wow.
It's an amazing story if you ever get a chance to read it.
I think, didn't they have a movie about that?
They've borrowed heavily from it in a bunch of different movies, but no one's ever done that exact story.
Wow. So I get to the food, right? I was starving. I was like, oh, let's see what they got here. And they had 3 things. But this is nice if you're into these 3 things. They had lots of hard liquor and probably some beers, but mostly hard liquor.
Sure.
They had, and nobody was, but that's the thing, everybody's on their best behavior. It was like you would picture as a kid, like a cocktail party, or when I grow up, I'm going to go to a rich person's party. It was like that. It wasn't like backyard in Fresno, like that kind of party. It was like, I think they had hard liquor, water, maybe beer and stuff, but, so they had that. They had cigars. There was a cigar sponsor. So there was cigars. I'm not in either of those things. And the third thing was sushi.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, sushi, eh? I was like, boy, I'm glad I had that bacon and apple. But I was like, well, and here's the one thing I will eat. Do you eat pot stickers?
Yeah.
So I had about 12 to 15 pot stickers. I was like, and I tried a couple of, and I tried a couple of the sushi, but I was like, this isn't my thing, man. It's like, cold, clammy.
It's not for everyone. It's not for me, clearly. But.
I know. And people love, I have a friend that loves sushi. He's always trying to find the latest sushi place. And whenever he comes to LA, it's like, he loves going down Ventura Boulevard because there's so many different, I'm like, dude, leave me out of it. I'll hit you up another time.
I appreciate it. I love the way it looks, the presentation and everything.
I love the smell of it. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't. Yeah,
no, I know.
But as a food, it's just wasted on me. Yeah.
Yeah, it's I like the. You know what was really cool? Like, they gave me a really cool, fancy pair of chopsticks.
Oh, nice.
They look really good. I'm like, wow.
What did they look like?
They were brown and they were kind of carved in towards the end. Like there was like little rings that were carved in, like notches. And
nice.
There was like I want to say like an emblem of like a fish that looked like it was hand carved in. It was so cool. And was
it a notch for each of the pot stickers that you had?
Wait, say it again.
Was it a notch for each pot sticker that you ate?
Exactly. I know. Yeah. They're like back there with the sushi. She's like, okay, make one more notch. Here you go, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first thing I thought of is I'm going to wash these off and take them home to my son. I want him to have them, like this is cool. I don't know if you even could appreciate it, but I thought I got to give him these. It's cool.
Yeah, they're just cool looking,
Yeah, it was cool looking. And it was an outdoor show. It was backyard, outdoor. They had like a little sound system. And, all those hours of doing comedy really is what makes things work. You know what I mean? Because it could have been a horrible situation. People are talking, they're mingling, and then all of a sudden, here comes a karaoke machine microphone, and they're like, "Hey, everybody, we're going to start now. Please gather around." And then they just introduced I brought, like I said, DeResta. He went up and did 5, and then I went up and did about 12, but I was thinking, man, because of that experience of all these shows, we know how to edit on the fly, how to change topics, how to move around, how to not anybody,
It makes you so much stronger the more you do it,
Yeah, you learn, don't make a joke where someone feels like you just roasted them or they were attacked. Like all those little things.
Yeah.
Because it could get awkward real quick. In fact, I even edited briefly and I went into my next bit, and then it got a huge laugh. And then I did a thing about a shout out to all the good Karens in the room. If your name is Karen, your middle name is Karen, we see you, you matter, we are allies. We love the good Karens. And then people are kind of like pointing at like this one lady. And then I think I did one more little joke and I was like, that's it for me. I'm Darren Carter. Good. And I was going to go into I do have that joke where I go from that to the male. I'm afraid that the male version will be Darren. And you guys will be like, oh, look, here comes a Karen and a Darren. And I'll be like, and then the punchline, I go, I'm not Darren, I'm Darren. And then it got a huge laugh. I did one more little thing. And then I was like, good night.
Yeah.
And then I was almost going to go into I like my women like I like but I thought, I know it would kill, but there's always a chance that they could yell out 2 or 3 or 4 things that don't work. And then it just is a weird way to end. It's like, So
Olive Garden.
Yeah, exactly. Give me some of those free breadsticks. Not respected by Italians. Oh, yeah, you know what? Let's do 3 right now. Let's see if I can do them. Yeah, let me know when you got your 3 words ready.
Okay, dental floss.
Oh, you ready? Okay. I like my women like I like my dental floss. Waxed. Helping me out with my oral needs. By the way, that's really good, dude. I'm going to write that one down. Hold on. Don't say your next one yet. Thank you. Right. Dental floss. Do you want to try it?
No.
Okay. I like my women.
That's your bit.
I like my women like I like my
packages.
Packages getting handled delicately. That was okay.
There should be something about delivery or.
Oh yeah. I like my women like I like my packages. Packages.
When they come on time.
Fully loaded, coming on time, and handled with care. There we go, handled with care. Last one. I like my women like I like my
soup.
Chunky and goes with crackers. Okay, that was good. Packages. Oh, what about this? Okay, see, that's the thing. I always do it, and then I think of a better one later. Packages, and then soup. I like my women like I like my packages. Ooh, mysterious. There's a mysterious package, and it's found by the Beverly Center.
Yeah.
Whatever, but...
Yeah, I would not like that kind of package.
Yeah, exactly. I know. Here's the thing with that bit. It's super fun to do, and people seem to like it a lot, and it has the one thing that's helped me go viral on YouTube and TikTok and all that stuff. But it's... I think if a person were to really break it down, they'd be like, those kind of don't make sense. But I'm like, that's okay. Yeah. We're just trying to make you laugh and move on, you know? Yeah. Like,
shut up, Poindexter.
Yeah, exactly. Like I remember doing this show with a nerd, and I was like, I like my women like my pizza, and I said coming in under 30 minutes, and the crowd's like, yeah. And then he was like, wait a second, so you want? And I'm like, dude, just because the pizza, like they give you, you got to keep it moving, buddy. You know? Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't overthink it.
Yeah, don't overthink it. So I'm recording this right before Thanksgiving. We're trying to give you guys a little extra bonus. I told myself, you know, I as a guy who also listens to podcasts, I like when the shows that I like, I hate when I go to the show that I like and they haven't uploaded one. I'm like, oh, they haven't uploaded one. So I said, yeah, let's throw another one out there. Let's get people going through the holidays, because the holidays sometimes can be lonely. They can be a little sad. Sometimes they're happy, but you're stuck flying or traveling, and you know, like I came up to the farm. That's where we're at right now. We left yesterday, and I got lucky. Not too much traffic. There was a little bit of traffic by Magic Mountain, but after that, it was pretty much smooth sailing. There were more cars on the road, but it wasn't insane.
Right.
One of my friends, she's performing in the Bahamas, and she was saying like, maybe she was exaggerating, I don't know, but she said that there was like traffic that was like a mile and a half just getting to LAX, and she waited an hour, and then was like, this isn't happening, so she just got out and walked like a mile or whatever, like to the gate.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and then a friend of mine said something like that happened to him, like last Thanksgiving. Same thing where they were like they dropped them off, like, okay, I guess you just can get out and walk 2 miles, but it's better than missing your flight.
In November, I couldn't. I would just cancel. I'd be like, no.
Yeah, anything that's like that kind of related. I mean, I try to like if the let's say a club wants to book me like near Thanksgiving or near Christmas, I'm like, can we wait? Like, I'd rather do it like February or like some other time when it's not the busiest.
Right after the New Year or something.
Yeah, New Year's. Yeah. There have been times I've had to travel for New Year's. Like doing New Year's Eve gigs, like in Florida or wherever. But that doesn't seem as bad as like. I mean, Thanksgiving is just like I mean, there's a reason they made a movie, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Yeah, it is. It's just such a slog all the way. Yeah, I'm becoming a fan of like visiting people like right before the holidays or some shit like that.
Yeah.
But doing it right on the holidays is just really painful.
I know. It's like exactly. But you know what? The good thing about coming up to the farm is, one of the good things, it definitely gets cold here. Which, I mean, I heard that it's going to be 80 degrees in LA on Thanksgiving, which is nice.
Yeah.
But being up here, it's like, okay, I remember what winter feels like. But I got to say, like last night was so cold. It was 32 degrees here. And like I kept waking up at night because I was like, oh, I should have grabbed another blanket. So I had to go grab another blanket. And then I woke up one more time and I'm like, the top of my head is cold because I'm bald because I shave. So then I had to grab like another thing. That's why those, like those old timey movies where the guy has like the sleep cap on,
Yeah. All the heat comes out of your head anyway.
Yeah, right. The head and the feet. Like I wear these really thick socks, but the top of my head. And that's the thing. So I've overdone it in the past, where then you wake up all hot and sweaty. So I don't want that. But I was like, you know what? Tonight I got my bed all prepared. I put like 4 blankets, and I think I'll be in a lot better shape tonight.
Yeah, if you can wrap up your whole body and most of your face, heat will just come out of the top of your head and keep that warm most of the time.
Oh yeah, that's good. Which is funny because in LA I like to sleep with the fan going. Like my wife will wake up early, turn the fan on for me, and that's kind of soothing, like that sound. And then I'm not too hot. But dude, when it's like 32 degrees outside and you're and the bed is really close to a window, you're like, man, it's cold. Like,
yeah, that's no good. Do you ever use like a heating pad?
I haven't done that. I don't. That's what I'm saying. I usually err on the side of I'm usually too hot, but like last night when we were hanging out as a family, I was in there with my pajamas for the first time. Like I had some pajama bottoms my wife got me. Like they look like this flannel pajama bottoms, and I had like the deer foam slippers. I'm like, this feels really cozy. But then, sure enough, I'm like, okay, I started getting kind of too warm. I'm like,
yeah. Like
I'm the kind of guy, like when I would travel, I'd be all cold. I'd be in like Milwaukee or something, and I go to a store in like, let's say I'm in Chicago, and they'd have all these cool winter jackets. I'm like, this is so cool. And I'd buy one, and I'd be really comfortable and cool and feel great. Like those 3 days, fashionable and like happy. Then you come back to LA and it's like 80 degrees. And you're like, well, I guess I won't be using this for a while.
Yeah. Spent a lot of money on a thing I'm going to use once. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have a lot of coats that you wear?
I used to. When I would go back and forth to Colorado a lot. But now I've gotten rid of most of my winter clothes. And I have one good dependable jacket for here that's waterproof. And that's about it. But like a lot of that stuff I have to reinvest in soon if I go see my parents or anything. I'll have to go to Burlington Coat Factory or one of those.
Oh yeah, they got one in Burbank at the mall.
Yeah,
they got one there. All right, Mike. Anything else before we wrap up? I just wanted to do a quick, short one and give people a little conversation to kind of make the day go by.
No, real quick though, with your leftovers, get 2 big hamburger buns. Toast them so that they'll hold together, and then just do a layer of each thing and like 2 layers of gravy in there, and put some potato chips next to it, and have a really good meal the next day.
Oh, that sounds great. Oh, yeah, that was one of the things that was awesome. Last night, my wife had the oven going. We have a brand new oven, and we had yams and it all rhymes. We had yams and hams, and yeah, dude, that ham was so good. And I love pineapple. I don't know if you like pineapple, but pineapple.
Oh, was
ham.
it one of those like honey baked sort of hams?
Probably, but then you slice it up. She was slicing it up, and then we had like the pineapple and the ham, and then the Hawaiian sweetbread, the King's Hawaiian. I had a couple slices without the bread. Then I thought, I should just make a sandwich, and man, that was great. It was so good. And then also it felt good to go from where it was in the 60s when I went for my walk last night, and then it dropped into like the low 50s by the time I got back. And so I walked into the house. It felt great, man, at the farm. Like you walk in, boom, there's like this nice heat right by the oven, and the air is blowing by your feet. You're like, this is amazing. It's like,
what's the perfect thing for that kind of ham? Those King Hawaiian rolls.
Yeah.
Have you ever had it with one of those?
Oh yeah, that's what I used. I just had it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Last night, it was like a 48 pack or something like that. Some kind of crazy big number, and oh my gosh, it was so good.
Yeah, that's a really good meal. I'm not a huge ham guy, but whenever it's that combination, it's like, oh yeah, that's gonna be good.
It was so good. And then we had then today when I had lunch, my wife had gone to this place that makes like these torpedo sandwiches. Like the bread is shaped like a torpedo. It's really long. And they just make them so good. And I'm like, wow, that was like another, that was so cool. It's like I had a nice, delicious tuna sandwich on a torpedo roll.
Torpedoes?
Yeah, it's like a submarine sandwich, but it's, they call it like torpedo.
How is it different than a submarine sandwich?
I don't know. It's like, yeah, it's probably the same thing. It's probably just a different word. Like I was reading the paper on it. It said like, with our exquisite torpedo bread or whatever.
Okay, they're trying to get around copyright stuff.
Probably. No, it was not. No, it was not anything like that Subway sandwich place. Those places. That's not my thing.
Completely different.
Yeah, this was like a mom and pop place up here. Although I think there's 2 of them, or maybe 3, but there's like
they're like the guy in Coming to America that is like,
yeah.
We own McDowell's, not McDonald's.
Yeah,
we have the Golden Arcs, not the Golden Arches.
Yeah, independent thinking, parallel thinking. You came up with your idea, we came up with our idea.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Oh, that's cool.
There was I remember one year you put a thing that you have a list of gratitude, things you were thankful for, and I had you read it on the air. That was so good. Do you happen to remember what it was?
No.
Thankful for everyone that's ever retweeted. Thankful for anyone that's ever bought a ticket to a show. Thankful for anyone that... It was something like that.
I don't remember. I say a lot of stuff, Darren.
Yeah.
But no, I am thankful for all those people, and any of the friends that stuck with you through like the pandemic and all that sort of stuff, and even the ones you lost touch with. This is the time to kind of reach out and tell those people they mean a lot to you,
Yeah. It sure is, man. All right, buddy. Thank you so much for joining the Pocket Party podcast. Have a great Thanksgiving. Have your white gravy and your brown gravy and your turkey.
You too, brother. Thank you so much.
Thank you, man. Now I got 3 new jokes. I got dental floss, packages, and soup. Let's do one more. Hey, Hey, Mike, I like my women like I like my
tax information.
Ooh, secretive, not online. No. Oh gosh, sounds like you got something on your mind right now. You're like, yeah, I got my tax information. No, but easy. I should have said easy.
Okay, what's an easy one?
Isn't there like an easy? Doesn't it say easy, like the letter easy, like easy form?
Yeah, the easy form.
Tax
nice and easy. Yeah.
Oh yeah, with an easy form. Is that it? Easy form?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let me write that down. Tax information. See, it's hard because I have
you thought it was a terrible one, but it turned out you're like, oh, there's actually stuff here.
Hold on. Easy form. See, it's hard because sometimes people have yelled out taxes. And so I was trying not to do the same punchline that I already, for taxes, I'd be like, a
lot of write-offs.
Yeah, getting done in April with some extensions, or buy an H&R cock blocker. All right, I like my last one. You want to do an easy one? I like my women like I like my
Westerns.
Fun to ride. I don't know. See, that's so hard. This is getting harder and harder.
How is that harder? That's easy.
Is it? Okay, you try. Hold on. Now,
I'm not going to do your bit.
Mike likes his women like he likes his Westerns. Black and white. I don't know.
That's not entirely untrue.
I know. I'm like my women like I like my Westerns. Riding horses and meeting me at high noon. I don't know. This is like, I feel like I'm ruining everyone's Thanksgiving with these bad jokes.
You are.
I know, guys. I'm sorry. Go to my.
How about, how do you like your Thanksgiving?
Oh, I like my women like I like my turkeys. Gobble, gobble, and stuffed.
There you go.
I like my women like I like my Thanksgiving turkey, golden brown, making me unbutton my pants. I like my women like I like my Thanksgiving turkey with their legs tied up on my table. There we go. That's better. You guys use those jokes this Thanksgiving, or if it's after Thanksgiving that you hear this, use it at Christmas time.
Yeah.
Or just use it at work and try to get laid off for a week.
That'll do it.
If you want to finally meet the HR person, just be like, hey, I like my women like I like my, and then just throw out some of my jokes.
Yeah. You'll get free sensitivity training.
I like my free sensitivity training. That's funny. Mike, you're the best. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.
You too, brother. Have a good one.
You got it, man. Thank you. Well, look at you. You made it all the way through. Pocket Party Podcast. Man, that was harder than I thought. I guess when I'm in front of an audience, I got the adrenaline rushing, So I'm like, I like my women like I like my windows. Streaking. I like my women like I like my pancakes. Well stacked and next to my sausage. It's like easier because they're like, I'm like, okay, I got to think of something. But when you're just like on the phone with your buddy, it's like, this is a little harder. All right, man. Hey, you guys are great. Have a great day. Thank you again. If you want, review the podcast or just give it some ratings. Just go to iTunes, and if you don't have time to leave a review, just give it like 5 stars and move on with your day. It'll literally take you 5 seconds. Just like Darren Carter, Pocket Party Podcast. It'll say rate and review, just 5 stars. Boom. And if you got an extra 30 seconds, leave a little something, and I will read it on the air. All right. Have a great day. Darren Carter, Party Starter. See ya.
Everybody listen to Darren Carter. We all know he's the party starter. So if you want to listen to a podcast for free, then listen to the Pocket Party